Okay, so I'm doing this. I prefer to be behind the camera. I've got my glasses on because I've realized that I am not managing to see stuff so good these days. So what I thought I would do is, obviously when people are here I can always show them my projects, which is very exciting, and they can see my progress. And it's probably my favorite part of this job, is like working on stuff and showing people stuff, which is a bit hard when you don't live here. So I'm going to go through my favorite projects for 2023. Some of them are finished, some of them are not. Some of them will be finished. In fact, they're my favorite, so they will all be finished in good time. So I'm going to show you them, and then I'm going to just discuss what sort of yarns off the top of my head. I've made a few notes that you could use, and I'm going to show you those yarns, and then I might do little snippets of the shop as well. My daughter's going to edit this. Hopefully she can edit the dark rings out under my eyes away, and this thing off my face. Would be good. Ella, I'll pay you extra. So the first thing that I'm going to show you, that I literally cannot stop knitting. It's just delicious, and I think everyone should have one of these on their needles, is the Soho Square. So I started it off in a Miss Lamott, which I'd actually had it for another project, which I've then totally forgot what I had it for. So I'm using a Miss Lamott here. Then these two yarns are the Harvest fingering. So with the square, Jackie does do great videos with the patterns. So if you are a beginner, it's garter stitch, it's short rows, which she shows you how to do on her videos. So it's very easy, and it's, I don't know, got one of Grinch hairs in my mouth. So you start off with a lot of stitches along the bottom, and then you can see where the short rows, so you end up with stitches which you're not knitting anymore because these are the short rows, and you do 2 stripes, and I'm almost ready to head back into the black. So if you look at the pattern, it's basically a big square. Half of it is one colored background and the other half is another color background, and then the stripes are the same on both sides. I'm thinking that I've used 100 grams, but I think you could get away with a 50 gram of each of these. These you're going to have 200 grams, so 2 skeins of each of the main colors. This is what the Harvest looks like. It's beautiful. It's like buttery soft. So I've got a few colors still left, and I was thinking it was expensive, but actually it's not really, because it's 400 meters, they're 350 rand. And I was looking at comparisons of what else you could do knit square in, and I was thinking, well, Cargo Blues is 150 grams per little cake. You would need 3 cakes then to get 450 meters, and that's going to cost you 390. These are 350. Yes, you get extra 50 grams, but it's I mean, for an imported yarn, my markup is tiny, I'm not gonna lie, but I love earth and I had to have these. So use earth if you have. You can also mix. Don't be scared about mixing. If you look at this, you can't even, I mean, it's almost the same consistency as the Harvest. So with the Harvest, these are 400 meters to 100 grams. I've written here you can use African Expression Soul, you could use Cargo Blues, and you could also use the Earth 16. This is the Earth 16. It would be more expensive than using the Harvest because they're 50 grams, but so soft. And while I'm on that, okay, so that's the Soho Square. You can find it on Ravelry. What I'll do is in my newsletter, I'll put all the links for all these projects. This Earth Fingering, Earth 16, I've been doing the Alpine Bloom hat by Caitlin Hunter, and I believe she has a 50% off at the moment. So that's the color work, and it is it's so beautiful. So it looks like. So that is the Earth 16. So you could use that for the Soho Square as well, but I'm doing the hat. So that's a project that I will be finishing. Move that aside. Then, okay, so I'm loving the Soho Square because it's really easy. It's not really thinking. But my favorite project of this whole year has been my Schnitker. It's gigantic. So I did add on extra sides. I've got 10 sides and 10 short sides. I used a whole lot of scraps for this. The middle bits, you only take up very little. So I've got some Cowgirl Blues minis, a little set of 9 that you could get you started, and then add in your own bits and pieces. As you get to the longer stripes, obviously they're taking a bit more, so you wouldn't be able to use minis for that. But literally I've put every single color and scrap I could find in mine. So that is Stephen West's Schnitker. It's called Block by Block. It is the best, most wonderfulest knits. I think I knitted this in a month or so. So I just loved all the colors, and there's got a beautiful I-cord bind off all the way around. It's just so pretty. Oh, I love it. Can you tell how much I love it? So that's the Schnitker. So people have asked for kits, but oh my word, it's so many colors. So rather just get minis where you can. Use your Advent minis, get the Cowgirl Blues, Soul minis, whatever. Then my other favorite project, also Stephen West, is Vertices Unite. So I used what I had leftover of this pink and green from Luna Fibers. I can't remember what I used it for. Might have been one of the Stephen West shawls, but I had those. And then the Miss Lamotte is the leftover from my Yara. And then this is also Miss Lamotte. So it's such a lovely knit, and very easy as well. It's really not difficult. Again, it's just garter stitch, and again this beautiful I-cord bind off. So that's Vertices Unite. What have I put for that? I don't know if I've written that one down. Oh yes, I have. Miss Lamotte, Cowgirl Blues, Earth 16, Harvest. Bunny's done a nice one in Cowgirl Blues. So it's sock weights, any sock weight, and bits and bobs. And then if you're stuck and you have some bits and bobs and want to add stuff in, you can always send me a photo and I can try and help you match up. So that was my Vertices. Then I have my Yara. This is by Moonstruck Knits. This one was a Miss Lamotte kit that Karen dyed up for the shop, and there are a few coming. I think there's 5, and I think 3 are spoken for. So there are 2. This is lovely. It's mosaic knitting, so it looks really complicated, but you're following a chart, and you're literally slipping stitches. So you're using one color at a time. You'll knit, say, with the black. Then you slide it back, and then you'll knit with the lighter color, and you'll slip the black stitches where you want it to stay black in that row. That's probably a very not very understandable description, but just Google mosaic knitting. It really is not difficult. It's a nice way to do color work because you're not holding 2 colors at the same time, using one at a time. So that's my Yara. That's Miss Lamotte. So I actually started the shawl a long time ago, but I decided I needed to finish it. So it is now done. Another fun knit, if you're not into shawls or sweaters, is the Musselberg. So the Musselberg is very clever because you're basically doing a little cast on, and I recommend the pinhole cast on. Let me see if I can show you how pretty that looks. So that's a pinhole cast on. It's the same cast on that I used for my fourth hat. I haven't got my green fourth hat here sitting here with me with the pink bit on. See, that's the pinhole cast on. Very Pink Knits has a good tutorial. So you do that, and then you obviously you increase to the size you want. Then she's got a nice chart and a pattern, and then you just knit, 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 and then you decrease. And then what happens is it folds into itself. So it's like a double walled hat. So it's good for very cold. And also what's fun is do it in 2 different colors. Oh, I forgot to bring some Luna out. So Luna Fibers, customers have been knitting up in that because it's got really fun colors. And then they've been mixing sole in with solid sole to just get stripes. So one side would be one color, and then when you turn it, the other side is a different color. I made mine a bit longer, so it's quite like floofy, foofy, puffy, poofy. This hair needs a trim. I take my glass off. So it's, yeah, I like my hats to not be like snug on my head. So it's a good one. Keep you warm. So that's the Musselberg. So that's, I think I've put Luna Fibers, Soul Yarns to mix in. Very fun. So that she's finished. My fourth hat is in Cowgirl Blues DK. Oh no, sorry, this isn't Cowgirl Blues. People did do it in Cowgirl Blues. It is Luna Fibers. I think it was called Blurred. Isn't it beautiful? So this one was a nice one to do in a thicker yarn. So this is in the DK. I haven't written down what else you can use it in. Yeah, you can do it in, I have Luna DK, Cowgirl Blues DK. If you've got any Miss Lamotte DK, the speckles are fun. I think I still have some Luna, not this color but close, called Flirt in stock. So I'll put a link to that. So that's the fourth hat. I did a class, so I have little video tutorials. So if you buy a Luna DK or a Cowgirl Blues DK and you're going to use it for the hat and you have the hat pattern, just send me a email when you order and I will send you a link to the videos. You will need the pattern though. You need to buy that from Ravelry. You're not going to be able to knit it without the Ravelry pattern. So, and then behind here, I wanted to show you when Earth Yarn send me yarn, they send samples. So this one is in the Earth 16 fingering. It's such a soft yarn because it's 16 microns. So I think our yarn's normally 21 or 22, 25 microns, something like that. So it really does feel like it's got a cashmere feel. It is soft, soft, soft. This shawl is called Sepet. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. It's S-E-P-E-T, and if you look on Earth Yarns on their website and you go to Earth 16, you'll see all the patterns for it. So that's Sepet. So I did not knit that. Then this one is also Earth 16. It's a newer one they sent, and this is called Kashimi. I'll put links to these, Kashimi, and that is with 100 grams. So it would be with 2 skeins of that. And it's not a bad size, because if you had to wear this under a coat, or you just like it's Durban and it's really warm, it's so soft. So that's Kashmini. So that's just 2 skeins of 16. Okay. Then people get confused between variegated and self-striping. A variegated yarn will do like a speckle all over, like this. This is a variegated yarn, so it's got speckles all over. These are Earth Unique fingering, very special because they are striped. So they've been dyed very cleverly to create, when you knit, This is from just one color. When you knit, you get a striped effect. So this shawl I also did not knit. It is called Anika, and this was of color 311. This one is color 3007. It's very similar. So these will give you this stripy effect. And the next sweater that I finish is going to be this one. It got like shunted because you have to do intarsia on the sleeves, but I'm nearly past that, so it really isn't bad. But look how the unique works in the colorway, in the colorwork. So, and it's changing now to blue. Isn't it pretty? So because of its striping effect, it's not mottled, it goes through these. I love that. I think my favorite yarns are self-striping. And then the sleeve. So the sleeve, I've used a heartland from my stash, and the body is Miss Lamont. So this is a woolen pine sweater. I can't think what its name is. I don't know if I have the... This is what the earth looks like when it's wound up. Snow pine. It's called snow pine. So I need to finish that. It's not got very far. Looks rather small, but yeah, it should fit me. So that is my to finish pile. Then before I go into my socks, I wanted to talk about spiral grain. So spiral grain is a new yarn from Earth, and it is a 3-ply, and in the ply it's got 3 different colors, so you can see the 3 different colors in the ply. This one is called sugar pine. It's my favorite, one of my favorites. This is redwood, which I'm busy working with now on my tessellated tee. This one doesn't go through as many color changes as such, like as in this one. This is very pretty. And then this is crabapple. I love crabapple. So if you want to get like a hand spun look, these are perfect. And they're sport weights. They're the same weights and look as spin cycle yarn. So any of Andrea Maury's patterns, she uses a lot of spin cycle. You'd be able to substitute the spiral grain. They are quite pricey, but they are very unique. And if you had to buy hand spun or make hand spun, yeah, it's worth it. These are worth it. So I'll show you my tessellated tee. It's got all bits attached, but so I'm using Earth 16, so this Earth 16, and then the purple is my fluffies, purple fluffies, and then the color, you can see the spiral grain in there. This is Andrea Maury's Tesselated Vest. It starts at the bottom, goes up, and it's such a nice pattern. It's a mosaic pattern, so you're slipping stitches again using only one color. So even though it looks like you've got a whole load of colors, using one color at a time. And it's quite an easy pattern to memorize, and also you do 2 rows of each little thing, so you can really see where you're going, and it's got 1 row of blue in between. So it's a very nice pattern to knit in front of the TV or with friends. So that's, and this I think was the Rhinebeck sweater that she wore to Rhinebeck this past weekend. So it's a tessellated tee. I'm using redwood, and then what I'm going to do is, because you need I think you need 2 skeins for the tessellated tee. I don't think I have wound it up. No? Yeah, I have wound it. This is the Hickory. So you can see, where's my redwood? Redwood. This is redwood. So it does go through some color changes, and then this is Hickory. So the redwood's going to be at the bottom, and then it's going to blend up into Hickory. Because why use the same? You can use different colors. So that is my Tesselated Vest. And then my other favorite project, Bunny made me do this, is my landscape shawl. This is by Barker Wool, Dawn Barker. And I bought Miss Lamott for my birthday. I spoiled myself. So you can see how beautiful it is. You use a darker color and then the lighter color. It's just knit and purl. And it's a very clever construction, which is hard to show you on but you're basically knitting that, and now I'm knitting this and it's pulling in, so it's almost like a mitre but not a mitre. And the mistake I made is very glaringly obvious. I did 2 knit rows instead of a knit and a purl, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is close to finishing, and this is for knitters, this is my recommendation for the Advent, or if you're getting my Advent or anyone else's, because you use little bits of yarn. So 20 grams or 25 grams would be perfect, of lots of colors. It's such fun. I think when I get to change colors, then I just get more inspired to finish things. So, and then you'll need a contrast color, which I'm using lots of different ones. So that is the landscape shawl. That will be finished this year. Then onto my socks. I have to say, my favorite sock that I've knitted this year, just because it was so much fun, is my one from the Estuary's yarn sock blank that Estuary dyed for my shop. I've actually finished it. Well, one. Look how it's striped. So the sock blank looks like this. And as you're knitting, it's unraveling. Because I knit tight, it's not really affected. You can't see it bumpy, but those bumps will go when you wash it. So I've knitted straight from the blank. And because the blank's different on that side and that side, and you're knitting in the round, one round almost will be from this side, and one round will be from the paler side, which is why they're straps. It took me a long time to work that out. So that is Estuary's sock blanks. I still have some in the shop. They look like this, and they are hand painted. They're beautiful. And these are superwash merino and nylon, so sock weight. So that's one of my favorite socks. Then I love this little sock. I'm part of Helen Stewart's Secret Sock Society. I always get the name mixed up, but these are the paper wings. So this is with the Girard socks tweed. So the Girard socks are proper sock yarn with nylon in for strength. So if you're using merino for your sock and you want some heels and toes, then there are lots of solid colors. And then this is a tweed one, which is actually working out, because to me, to knit a whole sock with a plain color just kill me, but I love the tweedy bits. So this is socks tweed. I can't remember what this green is. I think it's called vintage green. So that is a fun sock yarn. Then I had to try those Utsubu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, socks. So here's mine. Vivian, I found it. It's got a very different heel and an I-cord bind off. So if you go, I'll put the link to go onto the website to get the free pattern. And I used Lang Super Socks. I've forgotten what number this is. I think I've got 2 left in the shop. But if you look under Lang Super Socks, you'll see that. Then my other one, last 2 things to show you, is my wool Addex Move socks. So that's what the ball looks like. It is so soft, so soft. You could definitely use this in a garment. You don't have to just use it for socks, because it is very pretty. So that's the Move. And then this is the Footprints, and this is a cotton merino blend, And that's also, it's got, I did a frilly one. This is a Summerlee shorty sock set pattern. It's got a little frill at the top. And that's what the yarn looks like. So it's a mold yarn. It's got the two colors twisted, and it's a beautiful effect. So those are all my projects. I'm going to take you around the shop now. So and I might have to clean it first, but yeah, thanks for listening. Right, I want to take you around the shop and just show you the yarns we've spoken about. So these are the Earth 16 fingering. Those are the Earth 16 fingering. Then over here is all I have left of harvest, because people have realized that 400 meters is actually a pretty good bargain. So that's the harvest. A yarn I never spoke about is the monochrome, which is also earth, and it knits or crochets up like speckly, not speckly, like tonal. So that's the monochrome. Then here is the spiral grain. Down here is the move that I've been knitting my socks in, and then this is my the Lang super socks. Let's just get the color for you. Super socks, gemstones, and it's called Ruby. That's my sock I showed you. Here's the footprints sock yarn, and then over here we have the unique fingering. There's self-striping. There's another example. And let's just go through here. These are the Girard socks and socks tweed. The color I was actually using for my sock is seagrass. That's seagrass tweed. Some solid colors. This is the sock blanks that I've got left. I'll get some more next year. Cargo Blues minis. Oh, some Luna. These are the ones you could use for your fourth hat. They are called flirt. Nice double knits. These are also, these would actually, I never spoke about these, but these are little ombre wheels. So they're ombre dyed, bicolor spun, merino. Those would also be fun for, and double knits for your Musselberg or fourth hat. Then the sole. So a lot of the ladies have been mixing the sole for Musselbergs with some Luna. So that is what I wanted to show you today. Trying to avoid the mess. So yeah, and my fluffies. Hope you enjoyed it.